It's the 4 o'clock game, the Redskins versus the Broncos in Denver. Trevor Matich is standing by. He's our Redskins analyst, also Emmy Award-winning Comcast Sportsnet host. Trevor, I'm going to start out with a proper name here. Tell me how we solve the problem of Peyton Manning.
Well, I'll give you a two-word solution. Hit him. That's what the Colts did last week. Robert Mathis especially, from their defensive end position, got after Peyton Manning. They sacked him 4 times. They banged him around a lot. And the thing about Manning is that he's tall, he's old, and he's stiff. So if you can get there, you can really bang him around. And the Redskins, in order to have a chance to slow him down, have got to do exactly that. So this is the day for Brian Arakpo and for Ryan Kerrigan to rise up and make the Pro Bowl.
Well, until last week, the Redskins passing the rush really was about as effective as the Obamacare website, Trevor. But they did get to Jay Cutler. In fact, knocked him out of the game. Do you see the Broncos' offensive line being able to protect Manning in any effective way?
Up until last week, they protected him very well, but giving up 4 sacks in one game, they struggled. And also, one of their best offensive linemen, an offensive tackle, is injured. So they'll be depleted a little bit on that. So that's what the Redskins have to hope, and this will be a real high-wire game for the Redskins defense. They won't have the luxury of sitting back and keep everything in front of them because the receivers of the Broncos are so deep, and they are in such good sync with Peyton Manning that the Redskins don't have a chance to just cover them.
And that's my question. The secondary has not been the stellar part of the Redskins team.
Yeah, Josh McCown looked good.
But hold on a minute. I mean, on top of all that, Brandon Merriweather, your free safety, is not going to be there.
Right. He's suspended for being mean. He hit too many people in the head, and so the NFL said, you can't play this week. And that's bad. Reed Doughty, their other starting safety, has a concussion. Their rookie free safety, Bakari Rambo, a guy they drafted to be a starter, who started all during the preseason, started early in the year, was inactive last week, even though he was healthy. So he was just flat out, honest-to-goodness, benched for poor play. Well, now he'll have to rise up and play better than he ever has against one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the league.
You're not encouraging me a great deal.
No, that's why they have to get after him. That's why the High Wire Act. They will have to sell out to blitz, to stunt, to pressure Manning, because they have no way of covering down on all those receivers.
Let's talk about RG3 for a minute. Over the last 2 games, he's rushed for 161 yards. He certainly seems like he's the RG3 of mid-season last season. How's he going to square up against the Denver defense?
Well, fortunately, the Denver defense gives up a lot of passing yards, and this is where RG3 is rounded into form more than I think people realize. We've been focused so much on his knee that we've been watching him run around. And the better he runs, the more we think he's back into shape from last year. The truth of it is his arm is what has limited him. Because even without mobility, he last year had the ability to throw the ball from the pocket. Well, this year, he has not thrown the ball effectively and consistently from the pocket. As he has moved around with his legs, we've been dazzled by the improvement physically. But last week against the Bears was the first time he really showed the kind of accuracy that he showed last year. And that's important because that will keep them on the field. And the best way to stop Peyton Manning ultimately is to keep him on the sideline.
All right, so give us your prediction.
Yeah, in Denver, they're saying, if you read their blogs, it's not whether the Broncos win, it's by how many.
By how much?
Yeah, now, my head tells me Denver wins this game at home. But I have this sneaking suspicion that the Redskins are going to rise up. They're going to pound Peyton Manning. RG3 will have the game of the season so far, and the Redskins will win a shootout 31-28.
Wow, that is a bold prediction.
That's a very bold prediction.
And that is my gut. And the thing is, if it doesn't work out that way, if the Redskins get blown out, my gut will no longer have any credibility. I will say, shut up, gut.
Well, it does sound like, even for the casual football fan, if you like a lot of offense, this is going to be an entertaining game.
Yeah.
It will be exciting, one way or the other.
All right, Trevor Matich, always a pleasure. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you again after the game.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.